Today we're going to be drawing horses' legs, so don't worry about what I'm doing right now. I'm just drawing the anatomy of a horse's forelimb or the front leg, just so that you've got an understanding of what lies beneath the skin. What we're actually going to be doing is a lot simpler, so please don't worry about that. So now I'm drawing the shoulder, the elbow, the knee, the fetlock, the scapula, the humerus, the radius, and I really can't keep up. I'm now drawing the back leg of the horse, or the hind leg, and this drawing tutorial is dedicated to Holly, who really enjoys drawing horses, a lot like me, so I hope you all really enjoy it. I also wanted to mention that I got my inspiration from a website called equinespot.com, and they go into it in a lot more detail, so if you fancy doing something after the tutorial, I do recommend checking them out. They've got some nice drawing tutorials on there as well. So now I'm going to be adding the labels and also the fleshy parts. So before we jump in and start drawing, we're going to have a look at the anatomy in a little bit more detail, just so that we get the proportions right. So if you see the radius, which is this bone here, I'm just going to underline it, that's the upper leg bone. That one's actually longer than the cannon bone, which is the lower leg bone. Now the humerus, which is this one, it's actually the shoulder bone, is the same length as the cannon bone. So we've got some markers to measure each part by. So this is the front leg that we're going to be doing. So I'm just going to write front leg so we don't get confused. And this is the back leg. We're going to be starting off with the front leg. But what you will notice with the two is that horses have no muscles in its legs below the knee joint and the hock joint. So this part of the leg is much slimmer than the part above, which has lots of muscles. So we're going to be starting off with the front leg. I'm going to be using circles for the joints and lines for the bones. So we're going to be starting off with that upper leg bone that we spoke about, called the radius. So if you want to do it to the same scale that I'm doing it, I'm going to do this one 3 centimeters. There we go. I'll just write in 3 centimeters so you remember. And a circle. That's the joint, that's the knee. And now we're going to be doing the cannon bone. I'm going to do this slightly shorter. So this one's only going to be 2.2 centimeters. Then we've got another joint here. That's the fetlock joint. And then the pastern's only going to be 1 centimeter long. So I'll do this at a 45-degree angle, just like that. It's not exactly to scale, this is just what I'm doing to make it easier. And then we're going to be drawing in the hoof at the bottom. Just like that. So we're not going to bother with the shoulder, which is, if you did want to add it, it goes up like this. And then the scapula, which goes up like that. Now we're going to add the skin, and also the hoof. I'm just going to do this now. So here's the hoof down here. Remember, it's much slimmer, much more slender down below the knee. Here we're getting to the knee, so it comes out a little bit. There's a lot more muscle over here. And then that's towards the chest area and the shoulder. Okay, here, goes in a little bit, and then out for the fetlock, and then up, and then we approach the knee, comes outwards like this, like that. Okay, now we're going to draw another front leg, but with the leg raised, just to give you a different dimension. So we're going to be drawing this upper radius bone, and it's going to be 3 centimeters long again, but it's going to be at a different angle. So 3 centimeters. I'm then going to do the knee. Again, it's going to be 2.2 centimeters, but it's going to be at an angle. And then we've got the fetlock. Again, it's going to be 1 centimeter. and then we're going to be drawing the hoof. Now I'm going to flesh this out, so I'm going to start with the hoof. And then the fetlock joint. So what you'll notice here is that the back of the pastern is more curved than the front bit of the pastern. So I'm just going to show you now. See, this part isn't quite as curved. That one's really curved, that one's not so curved. Okay, so we're going upwards. So that's our front leg. So revisiting our little diagram, it's useful to know that with the back leg, you've got to remember that the hock joint, which is this one, it bends backwards. So the back leg cannon bone is actually longer than the front leg cannon bone. There. You'll also notice that the tibia and the cannon bone are similar in length, just so that you've got some proportions. So again, I'm going to be using my ruler so that you can follow along with me. I'm going to be doing, even though it's standing straight, the upper back leg bone's going to be at an angle. So I'm going to be doing this one 4 centimeters long. I'm then going to add a circle. That's going to be the hock joint. Then we're going to be doing the cannon bone, which is 3.5 centimeters on this one. I put meters on that one. That's 4 centimeters, not meters. And then another joint here. And then again for the pastern, 1 centimeter. And it's going to be at a rough 45-degree angle. There we go. And then a nice little hoof on the end there. You don't have to add this, but just so that you know, just the point of buttock is up here. So I'm just going to add just a rough line, just so that you know kind of which way it goes. Let's flesh it out. So starting off with the hoof again. Remember, there aren't any muscles down in this point below the hock joint, so it's very slender. Then we get to the hock joint and then it all goes big. No, I'm only joking. We have a lot more muscle up here. Then we get to the fetlock. Slender, slender, slender. Muscle, muscle, muscle. Goes up towards the rump. Okay, now we're going to be doing another one with the hind leg raised up. So I'm going to be starting off with the upper leg bone. So this one's at a real angle now. So 4 centimeters again. The joint. And then the lower leg, which is going to be 3.5, a little bit more at an angle than before. And then that's the fetlock joint. And then 1 centimeter just going downwards like this. With the hoof. Let's flesh this one out, starting off with the hoof. Remember, it's much more muscular up here. coming round, up there, and the rest of the buttocks go up here. So there we have the hind legs of the horse. I hope that's helped with you drawing horses' legs. If you want to find more horse tutorials, we have a whole playlist here, so check them out. And thank you so much for spending your precious time with me today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.